This collection of islands forms the heart of the Elyssian Empire and are home to one of the most powerful and wealthy human civilization in the lands of the East Rim. Although its territory on the mainland is no longer as vast as it once was at the Empire's height, it has maintained its dominance through a strong maritime trade and a powerful, well-trained military. Elyssian society. Elyssians are hard-working and confident people who are fiercely proud of their history. Many reminisce over the glory days when much of the mainland was under imperial control and races paid homage. The Emperor or Empress rules completely as head of the nation and as head of the church. While the capital and other major cities are walled, many other townships and settlements on the mainland rely on the border forts and the legions, who of which are some of the best trained and equipped on the lands of East Rim. Relations. While few within the government and heads of state still resent those nations that have broken away from the Empire in the past, the majority see that Elysse is still as strong as it always has been. The Empire is kept close, with the demon freeholds to its west, and have been allies in more recent conflicts. This, however, cannot be said for Asona, a nation empire that Elysse has attacked and attempted to take over on numerous occasions throughout its history, including a lengthy and expensive holy war. Trade with Asona is non-existent, and ships are not allowed in Elysian ports regardless of their situation or needs. Regarding the other nations, the Empire remains neutral and will openly hold council with those that wish to. The lands. The islands themselves have become individual town-states, each with a large port to house the navy and mercantile fleets. The capital, Dunamon, dominates its island completely and has turned it into an impregnable fortress. The remaining lands on the mainland are used as trade hubs filled with large grasslands, fertile and teeming with livestock. Notable locations. Dunamon, the capital of the Empire and the largest human city on Mortual. It holds the name of the greatest emperor, Aemon, who united the island states under an imperial flag and turned them into a world power. The people here are always proud of their religion, and many visit one of the numerous churches and temples within its city walls. Beneath the mighty grandeur of the skyline and the vast wealth within the capital, the lower levels of the city are filled with poverty and crime, with all manner of services available for the right price. The Town Watch keeps the peace as best it can, but there is much overlap with them and the criminal elements of the town. Dynatir. The large tower, in the shape of a triangular prism, on the easternmost island, is home to the Archmage and the centre of all magic within Elysse. Here, the 9 high wizards instruct the arcane arts to those willing to pay the fee and show they have the understanding of the arcane. There are laws and rules regarding magic, which the 9 uphold strictly, and the casting of magic without the authority is met with swift punishment. Dunamor. The second city of the Empire, it, like the capital, boasts the name of one of the Empire's greatest rulers, who led the Holy War against the Asona. It is bustling and filled with traders and markets, and many wondrous items are available here. Should Elysse be invaded from the mainland, and the border forts fail to stop any such force, the city would become the front line, and so has much of the nation's wealth poured into it to upgrade its defences and fortifications. Greenville. Large farming lands have become the food basket of the Empire, as the harvest yields huge amounts of foodstuffs that are sent throughout the other provinces. In more recent times, the townships and settlements here were home to the 3 hunters, and is said to be where they spent their final days. Religion. The church is very dominant within the Elysian Empire and over the years has grown considerably. While the head of the church is the emperor, it is actually run day to day by the archprelate. This person acts as the church in both Senate and the day-to-day running. Other religions are allowed on Elysse if relevant taxes are paid, with the exception, it has to be said, of any religion originating from Asona. These funds are then split between the church and imperial bank to use as either see fit. After a minimum tenure, some ministers decide to join the military, and after extensive training are attached to the legions as a spiritual guide to the men and a representative of the emperor himself. Military. 10 legions make up the Elysian Grand Army, 8 of which are deployed on the borders, especially those in the south towards Asona. Its navy, however, is where the Elyssians can boast their greatest power. The largest and most well-equipped fleet in the entirety of Easter Rim, their sole purpose is to protect the Elyssian trade routes in and out, and have been used by other nations for this such purpose. Hi guys, Crafty here. So that was the first episode in the world lore, the lands of Easter Rim. Just a brief rundown of what the Empire's about. There'll be more history expanded on after we've done all the nations and kingdoms within Easter Rim, and you'll see how certain things in the timeline have happened and why the Demian freeholds are very close to Elysse, and why Asona and Elysse just do not get on. A lot of this history I've created myself over the last 20 years. Some of it, like you've heard a little snippet there about the 3 hunters, that's actually from campaigns and interactions that my players have made and things that they've done, and including political things as well. They've changed the actual landscape and the history, so that all that sort of thing will be revealed. This initial part of the series, we're going to just concentrate on the nations, getting the backdrop, giving everyone a good idea of the map, and where everyone is and the situation and how they all relate to each other, and then we'll go into more of like the creation story that I've made, the myths and legends, famous people, and things like that, and then maybe some quote unquote war stories. So some cool stuff that's happened in games in the past that I kept note of, because it was fun to see and to DM. A little side note before we wrap up. So the world map itself was created by me. There's a guy on, it was an old Facebook account I had years ago, who actually made this copy that you can see now on the screen. He took what I created in, I think it was Incarnate, which was free software at the time, made all my maps in there in colour, and then he made me a proper map handout, really high resolution, which I then got printed and had it as a handout for my players in game and things like that. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. I'm not sure if he still does it. If by any chance you end up being a viewer of this, hit me up in the DMs, man, so I can give you a shout out, because the map is absolutely gorgeous and one of my favourite things. I'm going to get another copy. Since I've dug all this out, I'm going to get another copy framed and get that up on my wall. But yeah, so we're going to crack on with this series. This is like a little continuous thing that will be on the channel, because I just want to, as I say, I want a catalogue of this and all the history and things, and this will be just kept getting updated while we work on the main seasons. So don't worry, I've not forgotten about those. Season 4 is getting filmed at the moment. It's going to be fun, especially with Christmas coming. But yeah, so if anyone's got any feedback, if there's any more information they'd like to know in one of these base videos, anything like that, just comment me, private message me. The email is all there in the community hub and the About Me section on YouTube. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Shield time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and all that good stuff. It helps. It's a very small channel here, although we have recently just broke 200 subscribers, so thank you very much everyone who subscribed. Keep it going, and share us out there, get the word out there. I'm trying to stop, keep away from playing the algorithm. I just want this to be just a record of cool things that I've made, painted, or in this case physically created. So yeah, but thank you. I'm going to stop rambling now. Go and enjoy the rest of your days, and keep an eye out, because the rest of the nations are coming in these little videos. Cheers, bye bye.